Can no contact hurt my chances of reconciliation? The short answer, yeah, it can, if it is not applied the way that it is intended. So, for example, if you remain in no contact for too long, it is possible that your ex might move on, especially if they are putting in the effort to reach out and you continually ignore them. The reason why we talk about no contact so often on this channel is because it is effective and it does work, but it is important that you take into consideration how long you apply it for and why you are applying it. Everybody's situation is different. Every circumstance is different. For some people, you've been in a short-term relationship and you're wanting to figure out how long you should be in no contact before it basically equates to the length of time you were in the relationship. For some of you, you've been in a long-term relationship, years, and you've decided to go into a no contact period and you're trying to figure out how long is long enough. What is the sweet spot? And there are three things to take into consideration that I usually discuss with my clients when we have one-on-one coaching sessions. And I want to provide you with some of that insight here on this video. But before we jump into that, if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you've already been part of the community for quite some time, welcome back. If you don't know who I am, my name is Danny and I'm one of the head relationship coaches here at the With My Ex Again project. And I work with people like you to help you to get unstuck, to expand your mindset, to change your perspective, to challenge your limiting beliefs and get you to a place of self-confidence where you can achieve your goals, whether it is personal goals or goals in your romantic life. So, without wasting any more time, let us jump into those three things that I would like you to consider and what I usually discuss with my clients one-on-one. Number one, we have to take into consideration the length of the relationship. How long were you in a relationship for? Was it a short-term relationship or was it a long-term relationship? For me, I identify a long-term relationship as anything longer than 6 months. Anything under 6 months, I would still consider it a short-term relationship. So timing is crucial in these types of situations. A no contact period should never go longer than half of the time of the total relationship. So for example, do not exceed 3 months of no contact if the relationship only lasted 6 months. Now, that being said, when we're talking about a long-term relationship, let's say that you were in a relationship for 12 years, you're not going to go into no contact for 6 years. That at that point is way too long. I'm sure they've moved on, you've moved on, you're living totally different lives, you've disconnected completely. But if you do go into a no contact period for longer than 3 months, maybe up to 6 months, depending on the severity of the breakup, the reasons for the breakup, where you are mentally, emotionally, the work that you're doing yourself, all of those things, then that's a little bit more reasonable. The second thing is conquering your fears. Fear can paralyze us. It can paralyze you. And sometimes not speaking with our ex is due to fear of rejection. But here's the truth. That very fear will result in rejection because you are rejecting yourself and therefore teaching your ex how to do the same. Taking control of that fear, understanding that all fears can be overcome. And going back to your roots, you were in a relationship with this person. There was a connection with this person. You know this person. So it's not necessarily that you fear that this person is a completely different person. It's just that you fear that by being vulnerable and putting yourself out there again, you will go through the same hurt that you experienced during the breakup. But that is what the healing process is for. That is what the no contact period is for. To take time, to reflect, to process, to heal, to grieve, to do all the things that you need to do so that when you do decide to open up the lines of communication or your ex decides to open up the lines of communication, you are ready. But in order for you to be ready, you have to do number 3, which is do the work. If you have worked on yourself and developed into the version of yourself you've always been or wanted to be, there shouldn't be any doubts that your ex will see that and want to try again. And if they don't see that, then they cannot see your value, and that's not your problem. That's something that they have to deal with. But if you go into a no contact period and just allow yourself to exhibit the same patterns of behavior, not work on yourself, not reflect, not try to figure out what you are accountable for, understand what they are accountable for, and forgive them and forgive yourself, then you will be in the same exact position as you were before. So to circle back to, can no contact affect your chances of getting back with your ex negatively? Like I said, the answer is yes, if you do not apply it properly. So if you are wanting to figure out how to apply no contact properly, I would highly recommend booking a one-on-one coaching session. It is something that I advise because, like I said, every person's situation is different. And knowing when to end the no contact period can be a game changer. So, if this is something that you are interested in, if this is the position that you are currently in, I will leave you a link in the description box down below so that you can book that session and we can work through your situation. If you've been in this position before, if you are familiar with this, if you've had this experience, or generally if you have any questions or have recommendations, please make sure you leave your comments down below in the comment box. I read as many as I possibly can, and I try to respond to as many as I can. So again, my name is Danny. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video.